best friends are always welcome through your door. But please don't piss us off, remember, we pay for your floor. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast. My name is Andy.
My name's Phil.
And I'm Sarah.
Yay! And a reminder that this year the We Pay for Your Floor podcast has been sponsored. We have a different sponsor every single week, and this week is no different. This week's episode of the podcast is sponsored by Dr. Foster. He went to Gloucester in a shower of rain.
That's nice.
It is very nice. It is very nice. And in today's episode of the We Pay for Your Floor podcast, we will be talking about the elegant drapings and hand-stitched tapestries that make up 9.5 of all goats.
9.5. I'm shit at maths, and even I know that makes no sense.
That's the point.
9.5.
When Phil gave me free rein to the intros this year, I really thought I had to just out-weird him with them.
Speaking of animals, though, have you ever taken a swan? But have you ever taken a swan by the butt? Have you ever taken a swan to Blackpool Tower to show it a fine time before it leaves for Jupiter?
Oh, I miss Annette.
What?
Annette! My swan lover.
That doesn't no, never mind.
She's in space now.
Oh, she's in space.
She's on Jupiter.
She's on Jupiter.
She's one of
the only goose in Jupiter.
She's one of the famed
Swan.
space swans.
Oh, swan. Sorry.
She's got a bit more class than that. Geese are from the moons of Mars, for fuck's sake. Get it right.
I know, I'm sorry, I apologise.
Swans are from the gases of Jupiter.
My brain does not compute.
Anyway.
Before we get into any of that, including
Anymore.
the drapings and tapestries that make up 9.5 of all goats, Sarah, how's your floor?
He's still not doing good. Obviously, he's still incorporated. Every week I will say this. Still incorporated. He was caught smuggling doormats up his arse.
Oh.
So he's added some extra years onto his sentence.
Aww.
So we've now started the appeal
That
process.
novel will be coming along quite nicely.
Absolutely,
then.
yes, yes. So we have started the appeal process, and we'll see where we are in 6 to 8 months.
Hopefully it'll be a while until he's at the end of his tether.
Yeah. There you go.
Really threading this joke along,
Absolutely, yeah.
I was going to say something about lifting flooring when you said appeal, but I
No.
can't work it.
It's too hot.
Yeah. But you know what it's not too hot for? Liquids. Always a good time for liquids when it's warm. Speaking of which, have you ever been so overburdened with liquids that you pissed a new sea?
They don't call me Atlantic Andy for nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought so.
Yeah.
God,
Do I look like the kind of woman that can piss a sea? Is that what you're saying?
You've got a Pontins inside.
You've got millions of people's urine.
Lots of fish urine as well.
Oh.
Octopus urine.
So yeah, you're all set to make a sea, really.
Yeah, I am a sea.
If anyone here,
You are a walking sea.
I am a walking
anyone around
sea.
this table was the most qualified to be a large body of water.
There's the title already. If anyone around this table was most qualified to be a body of water, it's Sarah. With her mammaries.
So many mammaries. So many nozzles.
Mammaries!
Yeah, the nozzles would really
The nozzle
help.
count. Absolutely.
What's the
The
nozzle
nozzle
count on your
count in your
sea?
vagina must be incredible.
Off the charts. Off the fucking
She'd
charts.
make sure she had, impressive facilities in her Pontins.
Impressive facility.
The
How many
nozzles.
exposures are in your vagina?
Many. Thank you for punctuating that.
That's the
Very
same.
nice.
Phil just punctuated that joke with a perfectly timed little toot.
Little toot. Little toot.
Oh, man.
I'm having too much fun with these stupid
I can
situations.
tell.
Yeah.
Go on, give us another one. I can tell you're itching to. Have you ever watched so much The Only Way is Essex that before long you realise the cordyceps have taken over your lymph nodes?
That's why I don't watch anymore.
Ah, okay.
Problems with your lymph nodes.
I used to.
'Cause
Oh
the
no,
only
I'm
way-
thinking of
Made in Chelsea.
Made in Chelsea. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No. I never watched Only Way is Essex. I only watched a little bit of Made in Chelsea, mostly for Mark Francis because he was a delightfully out of touch. I mean, they're all fucking out of touch, but he was a delightfully out of touch, pompous absurdity of a human being.
A glorious
I'm
absurdity.
just going to sit back and just experience this. This is great.
That's marvelous.
Carry on.
What was the thing that we used to quote all the time? Is that, ah, my darling, I've got places to go and people to see, and I'm afraid there's none of you, but do have a marvellous time. That's the level of...
Pompastery. Pompastery?
You're not real.
Pompacity?
Poncery.
You're
Poncery?
not, you can't... How'd you get through the day? How? My God,
Is
you
this-
must have a good trust fund.
Is this the guy that has a personal shopper?
Yeah, he has like a maid or
He has a
something that
gold
follows
ceiling,
her-
doesn't he?
Follows her around, and she does all the buying for
Yeah.
him. He will see things that he wants, and she's the one who actually pays
Pays
for it.
it,
All. He
yeah.
doesn't handle any money.
No.
He just like walks off and leaves her to pay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get a cat shoved up my arse now. Because I've got money.
Because I have
Because
money. Money. We talk very softly because we have money.
Which is why in this podcast we're taught like this. Because fuck all.
Because we're poor as shit.
Have you ever
Northern.
Then we know then.
Sarah,
Yes, Phil.
you like foods.
Yes, Phil.
I love the just hesitation in your tone right now.
You're also quite fond of food.
Yes, Phil.
Have either of you ever tried moussaka?
Do you mean the the Turkish stew?
Yeah!
Yeah. I've had moussaka before.
Yeah, it's alright.
Isn't
It's alright.
thing you said before where I thought you actually said Malala, the girl who got the Nobel Peace Prize?
What?
Do you remember that?
I don't remember many things.
It was a joke for a while. I thought you said Malala and you'd said Moussaka, and then you just kept taking the piss by calling someone Moussaka.
Did I?
Why are you asking if we've tried moussaka before?
Well, I want to know, have you ever pronounced a
fuck's
moussaka dead on
sake.
arrival, only to later realise it was in fact a plasticine facsimile of the 1909 West Auckland Football Club? Andy's dying, as you can probably hear, and Sarah looks abjectly indifferent.
I particularly like your use of the word facsimile.
I particularly enjoy your use of the word facsimile. No.
Facsimile?
I was trying to laugh at the same time. You fucking nerd.
I should know not to try and drink while you two exist.
Oh. To answer your question, Phil, no.
Oh, okay.
For once it's actually a
Yeah,
no.
so I've got an actual question.
Oh, I thought you were
you're
going to
gonna answer
Phil's.
mine.
No, this is my answer to that question. It's another question.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
A,
So,
a question.
Did
yes,
the
a
Moussaka
question.
survive?
Well, you realised it was a plasticine facsimile of the 1909 West Auckland Football Club.
So did it
wasn't
survive?
What were the players in that club? I'm trying to remember. Did they win any important games?
They did actually. They won the World Cup.
Ah.
Yeah, West Auckland won the first World Cup. It wasn't actually the first World Cup, but it was what was classified as the first World Cup. It's erroneously stated as
That's
the first World
interesting.
Cup.
Sarah, so...
Yes, I had a question. So you know which would have been last week. I had questions that I go through life. I have many questions to fill my gaps in knowledge. Okay. So the other episode, it was what do blind people see. Today's was a question because I'd seen this word, but for the life of me, I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to pronounce it. How the fuck do you pronounce that word?
Fenugreek.
Fenugreek.
What the fuck is it?
It's a
It's
food
a food thing, yeah. It's like a cooking
Can you show me a
ingredient.
picture of what a fenugreek is? You literally pronounce it fenugreek.
It's fenugreek.
Why is it called fenugreek?
Because
It's just a bizarre word.
it's a...
I thought like the U was silent or something.
It's like a leafy thing, isn't it?
Fenugreek.
I think it's either a herb or a spice. Sorted have used it before.
Yeah, it's a leafy plant, and you can also use. I'm guessing those are the seeds. Of
Yeah.
Anal plant? No, annual plant.
And yeah!
Fenugreek
Fenugreek is an anal plant in the family.
It's another word.
No, it's because I can't see it very well.
Febreze.
Fabaceae.
Fabaceae.
With leaves consisting of 3 small ovate.
Oh my god, these words.
For fuck's sake, no.
Oh, but
no.
what's an ovovate?
You know what this is?
Wasn't-
fucking
This
What's
is
an
going to lead to more
ovovate?
questions.
What's a fabricae?
What's a Fabergé?
What's a fabricae? What is an obovate?
Oh, yes, Phil!
Oh,
The
excellent.
shrubs!
Is it a shrubbery?
It's not a shrubbery.
It's a plant.
It's a plant, yeah. It's
With oblong leaves, it's cultivated worldwide as for God's sake, a semi-arid crop.
Just read this from healthline.com instead. Fenugreek is a unique herb that has long been used as an alternative medicine. Based on the available evidence, fenugreek has benefits for lowering.
I have lots of questions
that's
though.
right.
What's a fabaceae?
What and why?
What's an
Are the
obovate?
related things below that? Are fenugreek seeds good? ... Testosterone, cayenne pepper.
What's a fabricae?
Fabaceae. It'll be
That's the
family.
family that
Yeah.
the plant comes from.
And what's an obovate?
That's the form of the leaves, so they're sort of rounded.
That's a shape.
Yeah.
Obovate is a shape.
3 small.
A type of shape.
Ovate to oblong leaves.
I don't believe obovate is a shape. I just don't believe that. It sounds like a mannerism rather than it does a shape. What exactly is?
You were very ovovate with me last night.
Yeah. What exactly is obovate then? Like teardrop shape.
Phil, you have Google right there.
And a semi-arid.
As does Sarah. She has Google right in her hand. But she's decided to ask us instead of the international encyclopedia.
It's almost as if that's the point.
How dare you? Speaking of plants, though.
Ovate with a narrower end at the base. It is specifically a word used to describe leaves.
Ah, interesting.
Speaking of plants and fucking up their pronunciations.
Shaped like the longitudinal section of an egg with a narrower end at the base.
Right, okay.
Oh, ovate, like egg.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that answers my question, thanks.
Bitch.
No, I was being honest.
Oh, you're being sarcastic.
Oh, I was being honest. I need to know what fenugreek tastes like now, though.
Well,
Apparently fenugreeks.
Yes.
Ask Marius.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Taste
You will know,
Marius.
yeah.
He'll know. He'll know.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Taste the Marius.
But speaking of.
Should we ask Marius? Should we message Marius now and ask him?
Fucking hell, Andrew!
Marius, what do Greeks taste like? Secondary question. What do fenugreeks taste like? It's like a subspecies of Greek
A sub-Greek, if you will.
that can actually pay their taxes.
Oh, damn.
I'll just
No. Shrubs.
Shrubbery.
I tried to start it 5 times.
Do you
now,
have a
but keep
fenugreek in
talking.
your book, do
For
you?
the purpose of the
Don't
debate,
know.
Phil is looking through his 100 Best Shrubs book that Sarah and
Well-
Chris got him as a gift.
Yes, it is the best gift that Sarah has ever bestowed upon me. It is 100 Best Shrubs by Peter Hunt FLS.
My favourite thing about this book is the story you said of when you bought it from the lady in the shop.
100%, it was the best. It was the mutual understanding that Chris held up this book and we both at the same time went, Phil. It was really funny.
No, it's the part where we went to the counter.
We went to the counter, oh, do you like gardening? Both went, nope. She's like, oh.
The person we're buying it for also doesn't give a fuck about gardening, doesn't even have a garden. But he really likes this book. So I thought, from time to time, we'll maybe take a dip into what these 100 best shrubs are.
Ooh!
I'm going to butcher the pronunciations of this, but from when we last flicked through this, some of the wording is quite wonderful. Some of it makes no fucking sense at all.
Yeah.
So we'll start with what I believe is number 1. Abelia floribunda.
I know her.
Provided it can be given some protection, such as that afforded by a wall or hedge. Oh, we've all been there. Abelia floribunda will survive in many parts of the country, except, perhaps, the very coldest, where a cold greenhouse or conservatory may be needed. In the warm southwest, or in sheltered areas in the south, less protection is necessary. It is a charming shrub from the Mexican mountains. Introduced in 1841, although in the milder counties it may reach a height of 5 or 6 feet, or even more trained against a warm wall. It is
Warm wall?
A warm wall?
Warm wall?
Warm wall.
Warm wall.
Warm wall. It is more often seen at about 4 feet. So it's a horse.
Ah. Are they hooves?
Nay.
Ah.
The growths are graceful, long and arching.
With growths.
Clothed. This plant has clothes.
Cloves?
Clothed.
Clothed.
The growths.
TH.
The growth. Yeah. CLOTHED.
Oh.
The growths. The growths are graceful, long. I can't keep up this stupid voice, but I'll try. Long and arching, clothed with glossy green, toothed roughly oval leaves.
Fucking hell, that were a lot, wasn't it?
Up to 1 3/4 inches long. He's getting very specific. Fucking hell. Held on short stalks. I don't know what the birds are doing down here. The flowers appear from June onwards, hanging in 2s and 3s from short twigs on the arching branches. They are funnel-shaped, 1½ to 2½ inches long, widening at the mouth to 1 inch across. Sarah is making a wonderful demonstration of this with her own face.
Do you reckon he used his dick to measure that?
That's one question.
Yeah,
That's a very important
I
question.
think his may come in sort of 1/4 inches,
Ha!
so you
Cool.
can easily, you know. But there is a little more. What?
Exactly.
What? Oh, I've missed a bit. They are usually described as rosy red in colour, but there is a little more blue in them than one would imagine from this description. So say the fucking blue then.
Well, there's a little more to say.
And rosy purple might be nearer. She's coming for you. Rosy purple is nearer. Abelia floribunda is handsome, even when not in flower.
Flower.
For the young growths are covered with a reddish down. It repays a little extra care in sitting. Sighting. Not sitting. Not sitting. Don't sit on your plants.
Don't sit on your plants.
It repays a little extra care in sighting. An angle where 2 walls meet is an admirable position. A well-drained...
Admirable position.
A well-drained loam is the most suitable soil.
Do love a well-drained loom.
Little pruning is necessary, except for the thinning of some of the shoots in spring. Frost may do a certain amount of pruning, and damaged shoots should be cut back to firm, undamaged wood, from which new shoots will spring. Propagation is by cuttings of ripened wood inserted.
Inserted? Are we certain it's inserted?
Subscribe to the K.
In sandy compost in the greenhouse in late summer, preferably with some bottom heat.
Bottom.
Do you reckon this man has ever felt the touch of a woman?
Actually, in the book he mentions his wife, doesn't he?
He does.
He does mention his wife in the book.
She's dead now.
They're both dead now, I should think.
She
When was
left
it
it-
printed?
It was.
She left him for a tree.
She left him for a trunk.
This was published by Eyre and Spottiswoode.
Maybe this is the man who
21 shillings this book cost originally.
Ooh.
maybe this is the man who did that balancing tutorial video earlier with Tom Scott.
Yes. Yes.
This was first published in Great Britain 1963. Printed in Britain by Cox and Wyman Limited, London, Fakenham and Reading.
Down south then.
That closes that chapter. We'll return to more shrubs next time, maybe.
The dichotomy in the voice you did reading that book to how you suddenly ended that segment was beautiful.
Well, going on from that, have you ever been to observe the delights of the latest talkie at the local picture house, only to find Alfred Hitchcock 3 knuckles deep in your dog?
You stole 3 knuckles deep from me.
Actually,
3
I stole it from
knuckles
Judi
deep.
Dench.
I came up with it!
On the same hand.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, because you have 3 knuckles.
Yeah, I know that, but you can. Is
Yeah,
it
1,
not kind of
2,
like a mix?
3 knuckles deep. So doesn't have to be. Not 3 fingers. I mean, it could be, but you have 3 knuckles.
Technically, you could have like a little bit. You know?
That wouldn't count.
Does it not?
That would be 3 knuckles width.
Yeah.
Well, only if you do it like that, then surely. Surely you could just do it like round. If you've got the dexterity for it. You know?
You're putting way too much thought into this.
For the purpose
So
of
there
the
we go,
tape,
there we go.
Sarah
Ah!
is imagining sort of opening a sphincter with her fingers as some sort of clasp.
A trio of knuckles, if you will. See? It's still 3 knuckles, isn't it?
It's not 3 knuckles
Maybe a
deep.
toe.
You don't fucking hell. You're really
Yeah.
going for it.
Are they counted as knuckles
This
on
is
your
a fucking-
toes?
Sarah is now trying to insert herself into a fictional dog.
This is the weirdest claw
Toe
grab
first.
machine game I've ever seen.
Are they
And you
counted as
really
knuckles?
want the cuddly toy.
Could you not? You know, is that not a thing? No?
Whatever you're doing, I don't think it's a thing.
Are they counted as knuckles on your toes?
That could be one of your questions.
Do they count as
I'm not
knuckles?
sure.
I know they're mandibles, or is that the mandibles?
Mandibles are what bugs have.
No. You've got metatarsals and you've got your metacarpals. Aren't your toes mandible? No, that's your mandible, isn't it? It's your chin that's your mandible. I'm gonna Google this then, because I get a suspicious feeling I'm wrong.
I'm used to that feeling.
Oh dear.
Oh god, every time I put this fan away I wish for death.
No, it's so warm.
Okay. This fan is the thing keeping me alive right now.
Oh no, okay, so they're intertarsals,
Yeah.
So not mandibles.
not mandibles.
Mandibles are like the clicky things that bugs have.
Oh my god, the specific intertarsal joints of the foot include the subtalar joint, the talocal-caneo-navicular joint, fucking hell, the cuneo-navicular joint, lots of joints.
I'm sorry, but all I could think of
This
when
has
you were
become a
saying...
very educational
All I could
episode.
think of when you were saying those words was that vine of the guy at the spelling bee going iridocyclitis. I do have a short topic.
Go on.
Topic?
At least I think it'll be short, and that can bring us out to the end of the podcast of this particular episode. I've had this topic for ages, and I've just not bothered.
Don't leave your
bringing
topic
it up,
for too long.
but-
Nurture it.
Well, we'll go for it because it should be quite short. What is the biggest change that you have made to your physical appearance for yourself that you are happy with, that you kept, at least for some amount of time? Because I thought of it last year because I had 2 examples, so I'll give my examples to help you guys. So the first one was I grew my hair out. I spent pretty much all my childhood, up until my mid-teens, with short hair. But as I got older, my hair got really curly. And it just kind of became a mess. It was just like this curly nest of hair that I hated. I hated how unruly it was, but it was like, I never did anything with it because it was just curly, and I was just kind of right, whatever. And then when I was 16, I let my sister straighten my hair for her birthday because she thought it would be funny, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
So I started straightening my hair, and I started growing it longer and straightening it out, and then I was really happy with my hair. And pretty much from the age of 16 onwards, so for about 10 years now, I pretty much consistently have longer hair. And I like it. I don't straighten it as much at the moment because...
No, you look good with curly hair though, it looks nice.
I like it. It's a bit too short for me at the moment, but I did it for work.
Yeah.
But when it's a bit longer, then I like the curl because the weight holds it down, and I think it looks nice like that. And then the other example is that I started, and the thing that made me think of this is that I started painting my nails.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very rare I see you without painted nails now, actually.
Yeah, I don't have it at the moment because work. But whenever I have more than like 2 days off at a time, so like I worked yesterday, I'm off today, but I'm working tomorrow, so I didn't bother. But like after I finish work tomorrow, I might paint them because I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday. So I might paint them just for a couple of days.
I would have thought you'd said your tattoo.
Yeah, I guess my tattoo as well.
Because it's nice, isn't it? It's like Doctor Who.
Yeah. I didn't really think that was like a big change though. That was just something I wanted to do.
It's permanent though, isn't it?
It is, and I am happy with it. Yeah, I didn't actually think of that. But yeah, like the main two I thought, was growing out my hair and painting my nails. I think the painting my nails one especially is because that's the other thing I let my sister do on the same night she straightened my hair. I let her paint my nails, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated how it felt.
Yeah.
And for years I thought, nope, can never do it again. Hated it. Blech. Then last year, I was seeing it's so sad how influenced I get by seeing other people. Like I remember I can't remember what TV show it was, but I saw someone with similar hairstyle to me have it jet black, and I was like, I like that, so I dyed my hair black. And that was the first time I ever dyed my hair. And then like I saw quite a lot of YouTubers I like painting their nails black, and I was like, oh, I have been intrigued to try that. So then I tried it, and then just really liking it, and now it's the thing that I do. Yeah, they're my main examples.
It is a big difference, so like seeing pictures from when you're younger and seeing, because obviously I never knew you when you were that young. So seeing pictures with you like short back and sides hair is a little bit like, oh my god, it's right different.
It is a little bit weird seeing you look like a normal boy.
A real boy.
Well, as I said, like seeing the photos, we've got some out in the hall there. I've seen photos of you like with short hair. It's just like, that's not the same person.
It does,
It
yeah.
can't,
It's strange,
that's not our little Andykins.
I imagine you've been the same since birth. I imagine you just springing forth from the earth fully formed.
Yeah. Well,
like a gnome.
I was in a similar situation hair-wise until I started secondary school. I used to always have really, really short hair.
Yeah.
My mum made sure that I had like a 1 or a 2 sort of cut, so I was like practically a skinhead.
Shit, I can't imagine you as a skinhead.
I was really, really short hair, so that there was no hiding the scar that's on my head, like when I was in primary school and like the first few years of secondary school, because my hair was so short you could just see this trench in my scalp.
You would have looked like a tough bloke then, because of that scar.
Yeah. No. The goofy face doesn't.
You are really tall though, Phil. So very few people would not have seen on top of your head.
Unless I'm sat down.
Yeah.
One thing that I suppose I am quite happy about was getting braces, because my teeth were a mess when I was a younger kid.
Yeah.
So getting them sort of straightened out, that's nice. Well, also, finally bothering to not bother to shave anymore. Because I used to be really sort of focused on. Why are you staring at me?
He's
I'm trying
fanning
to
his
fan my
bottom.
back.
He's
Why
fanning
are you
his
fanning
bottom.
your anus?
Because it's my lower back is very sweaty.
Yeah, take the mechanical fan.
I'm gonna shove
And
it up my
shove it
arse.
up your bazoom. Did you just break? Did you just break?
Did you just break?
Did you break?
It's fine.
So, not shaving?
So yeah, at the moment I look a bit of a mess because it's the left-hand side of my mouth. It just grows in very patchy. There's like a little gap here where hair does not want to grow. So I'll have. It can come. It essentially forms a C shape around my mouth, from my upper left lip round down to my jaw, and then along the bottom of my chin. But there's this gap where nothing
I don't know. I
wants
think
to
it
grow.
looks very Doctor Strange. To be honest, I would not have even noticed the gap. To be honest, it just looks like a normal
Well, you're either
goatee.
far too nice, or those glasses are not working very well for you.
I just think it's a smudge. You see, I just think it's a smudge.
But no, I go through periods of either trying to keep this looking a little bit more tidy, or if I do get lazy, I'll just let it grow out until it's a mess, and I'll just shave the whole thing off and start again.
Excellent. Me too.
Yeah, but I've stopped caring so much about.
It looks good on you though. It suits you. It does
I'd
suit
love
you.
to see Andy with some facial hair.
Can you grow
no.
facial hair?
You've got little stubbly bits. If you left it
double.
for like a decade,
year.
you might.
Would you
you
want
might
facial
just-
hair?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'd look weird. I'm used to my baby
Any
face.
change is weird though to start with, isn't it? I
I'm
suppose.
used to my baby face.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I'm happy about with this though as well is that I used to shave every day or every couple of days, and because when I did try to grow it out before, it would always seem to take quite a long time to get to any kind of
Beard status.
sort of something that looked mildly respectable, not just some sort of
Pubes on your face.
yeah. Whereas now, in about a week, after clean shaving it, it's like, well, okay, that kind of looks all right.
The problem with Chris is that, as you do, segue.
Within an hour.
It literally within half a day, he's already got like it's starting to come back somewhere wherever he shaved. Obviously, he's got this beard, but obviously he has to like shave all down here, and he can't leave it a day because
The man is like 80% hair.
And the man is 80% hair.
He has a majestic beard.
He has a
It
majestic
is
beard. I do
marvellous.
love his beard. He never lets me touch it though.
Why?
It just doesn't like people running their fingers through it, and I just want to sit there and like, just want to itch it. I don't know. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Does that
I would
set
get
you
a tell
off
enough.
with like
He
your,
does.
your
Yeah. He
allergies?
has to use. He either has to condition it or use beard oil to stop it from stop me from getting around.
Oh yeah, you don't want beard rash down there.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that in soup.
Sarah, nasty case of thrush. No.
Beard.
Oh.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Love your partner as much as Sarah does. She loves her partner so much that even the fact that his beard makes her skin flare up rancidly,
Explode. Yeah.
and
yeah.
she's still with him.
Absolutely. I think it's you don't think about the amount of change until you see a picture from a long time ago, do you? You don't really think that you've changed that much, and then you look at a picture from just 5 years ago and you go, oh my god, wow, I've gotten fat. If I look at pictures from 5 years ago, I was so fit and I thought I was fat then, and now I'm like,
Have you ever seen yes I know. Have you ever seen like pictures of me when I was like in my mid-teens?
yeah, you've shown
I'm
me.
So skinny.
Yeah, well, we're kids then though, aren't we, as well? Our metabolism is a lot quicker as well.
Yeah, you could eat 3 dozen diamond
Cows.
bars.
Yeah. And it would just fall off you.
Now
Yeah.
I look at a cheesecake and put on a stone.
Exactly, yeah. I smell a cake and it's like, yeah. It's
Nothing
so
but
hard to
broccoli
lose
for a
weight now.
month.
Yeah.
Just to work it off.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, Sarah, what about you?
I don't know if I've really made any major changes, but I used to go to the major changes. I used to go to the gym 4 times a week. I used to lift weights, and now I barely walk anywhere 4 times a week. And the biggest weight is from crisp to face.
Come on. Wine bottle to wine bottle.
Wine glass, yes. I don't know, I'm not a very consistent person. I struggle with consistency.
You struggle with many things.
I struggle with many things, consistency being one of them. I think I've actually got ADHD, and that's why I struggle with being consistent. But no, I'm not very consistent, so I can't think of any major changes that I've made. Bar you, there you go, there's a consistent change. Once I moved into the flat, I was there a few years, and then met you, and there you go.
Yeah. And now look at us.
Sharing our entire lives together on the internet.
You've seen my shit.
I have seen your shit. We have opened the Pontins within the confines of your vulva.
I'm very happy with my vulva. There you go, there's a consistent change.
Yeah.
You're now happy with your vulva.
I'm now happy with my vulva.
You've got the topia.
I tell you what, I've made very little physical change by putting on weight, but I am happier with my body than I've ever been.
Good.
That's good.
So that's a major consistent change. I am more than comfortable in my skin. 10 years ago, in fact no, it'd be more than 10 years ago. Back when I was like 29 with a year's experience. Thank you. When I was like 17, 18, as you do, I hated everything. Now I'm very, very comfortable. Very comfortable.
That's good.
I'm hot in a clarty kind of way.
In a clarty way.
But I'm very comfortable.
Oh.
There you go. You're welcome.
For the purpose of the tape, Sarah is giving us the most delightful toothy grin. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the We Pay For Your Floor podcast. My name is Andy. No, I have been Andy, sorry.
Really? Who are you now?
That's what people say in showbiz. It's like, I have been.
In show business, because that's what we're in.
Yeah.
We're in show business.
The point is,
that ain't no business.
I'm
like
Andy.
Show business.
I'm a bit claggy.
I'm a bit glad. And I'm Sarah. That was my name.
Yes, it was your name.
It is my name.
It's now Marie.
Now and future.
Marie.
Yeah, I was
I said the exact same thing to Marie this morning.
Morning, I dead.
But anyway, yeah. Just a reminder that this week's episode of the We Pay For Your Floor podcast. Sorry, I looked up and all I saw was Sarah's hands going like.
I'm wafting me vajayjay here.
Yeah, but for the corner of my eye, it looked like you were wanking.
Girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
That is fair. If you want to wank me,
Why'd you sound like Liza Minnelli?
What?
You sounded a bit like Liza Minnelli for a moment there when you were saying that.
Girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
It's just the voice that she put on.
It's Liza!
Apparently I'm going mad now.
Yeah. Anyway, just a reminder that this week's episode of the We Pay For Your Floor podcast was sponsored, and this week it was sponsored by the one and only Dr. Foster. He fell into a puddle, right up to his middle, and never came back until his sexual assault tribunal was over. And until the next week, until the next episode, we will see you later.
I'm gonna go home and endeavour to be the best neighbour I can darn tootin' be.
You darn better, girl, 'cause we pay for your floor.
By Jove.
By golly, gosh,
golly,
Mom, there's a gator at the door! Get the shotgun! Ma! Oh, damn it, you're stopping recording. No, you're not.
The conflict there. Oh shit, you're stopping the recording. Oh, no, you're not. Quick!
Ma!